Join 4 just came out, and my god, this thing is a clusterfuck. But we're not gonna talk Join 4. No. If I try to talk about it, we'll be all day. But there's a new one in DC continuity, and what? What the hell is what? When the time? But what the fuck did that mean? Hey, I'm me, Transformer, and I'm gonna talk about DC in the new England classic continuity. Okay, yep. Now, we don't talk about it. What do I do? Well, no, I have these different years all the time. However, I don't know what their continuity is a complete clusterfuck, none makes sense, and a complete mess. So, Penguin bored this entire story into a new and called the Linearverse. What, the Linearverse? I have no idea. No shit, I don't know what that thing is. Apparently, after before I can tell, apparently this thing is gonna be like sending Omniverse stuff now, and it's gonna affect everything in DC continuity, meaning everything happened. Like the 40s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s when Batman all the way to modern day, it all happened, but that doesn't make sense because how could everything happen? No, wait, what? Seriously, comedians. So, yeah, this should be fun. Again, what do you mean by that? Well, you'll find out. So, do my part, ancient news. Yep. So, enjoy the show. See ya. Hi. As you can tell from my intro, as you can tell my intro news. Why? You'll find out. What's your start? According to the article I have right here from newsarm.com, and I quote, "Did into a new and continuity." Yep. On Tuesday, February 24th, you get into the Linearverse, a new way to look at probably the 82-year history. Part of the new experiment we're calling it the Omniverse, which we know really. Linearverse, I long to get done away with the new why DC Mobile was created for the first place. Okay, spoiler alert, not what Join 4 issue 1, if you don't like that story already, then tune out now, don't turn it back. And, basically, Join 4 issue 1 had Jen and H.B.O. They team up to make this weird story with, 929 Batman, Superboy, Starfire, and Booster Gold, all teaming to fight the main villain, and then Dominus. Who Dominus? Old villain from the 90s, it's a long story. His primary is to lead all time and make a paradise of his own for his family. Again, long story. We'll read over to that crap, but that's not the main part. Instead, the fourth film period despite all the familiar trapping of these pattern features in the storyline, with the depicting of human Beverly Krypton, it all actually just bringing its own new corner of the Omniverse, called the Linearverse, in which all of DC 80-year history takes place in one single and quote linear timeline on one Earth. Meaning, translation, basically, 949 Batman is the same Batman from 2020 Joker War. That's right! Basically, everything about canon. Everything about makes sense. It was canon, guys. I mean, this Batman changed the modern day Batman. I mean, old Gordon Steel will be Gordon Superman. And Gordon Wonder Woman is now my name Wonder Woman. And Gordon Supergirl is mine Supergirl. And Nightwing, see what this really is? What? What the hell? Like, this is making my head explode to me, this is. I did more. Linearverse people age for more slowly, going to be much longer than elsewhere. Wave Runner, Gatekeeper DC Timeline, explained to Batman that the foundation for your you and vitality will endure for decades, enabling you to be effective all longer than you would have known. Final page also will render a multiple icon balance to Wonder Woman, Robin, Nightwing, or other indicating that despite all change style, all DC stories from the origin to present day happen at the same people. In simple straightforward way to explain why fashion and technology changed contemporary characters Act 21 with through historic event of World War II and the hero felt more adventure than could excel within the 10-15-year DC and the more kind of superhero career are generally regarded to be. Carl Dan Jurgen turning on the Linearverse degree put a different concept of DC history. Because people age differently in Linearverse, Jurgen explained Batman is so young and basically not to be operated at balance in the 40s, 70s, and 90s, all the way up to today. So being much older, Batman was still a much younger man, same with Robin. Then Super alone, commits to Gorn, for example, would have same status. Linearverse formula reports somewhat of Grant Morrison unofficially took in his Batman days, but for more than a a separate reality within the Omniverse. What? They say that when we build here, the Linearverse is the only universe that can fit into a larger DC Omniverse. A place where some unique individual stories can be told. And while the Linearverse symbol eliminated multiple early olden timeline crisis during nature of the with the real world by the time these are never that simple. Because of what these stories have been pre-created cohesive timeline for 40 years now, the Linearverse requires some creative conceit for making it all work as well. When you try to build your things, some combinations have to be made because it's never a clean fit. And so Jurgens, when asked about how so film made Batman Year 1, from 1987, which in Batman early years took in the contemporary time, it banned the Linearverse concept. Suddenly, the quote to Year 1 happened. I like to think so, yes, and it would happen in 30. Jurgens continues. Will we still get to the point where Dawn Returns happens? That is the future. In the future, we have not yet reached that generation. It isn't always the cleanest fit, but you can look at it's a puzzle pieces where you're permitted to sand a little off one edge. Cut and trim another while adding a little puny to the next piece. You can pull it together so it'll look pretty damn good. Generally, while the new Linearverse is a place where some unique universe story can be told, that it also fits with the large content of our universe. The closer watch a DC can help but wonder what may have been and whether this approach would what's straight to be the fit of DC continuity. What? Wait. Stop. Let me get straight. So you're telling this thing is not DC continuity, it's a different continuity, or to get a different universe, and how do you even know? Like, what? I'm so confused! What the hell did that even mean? Whatever. They always talk about Generation Shattered and Ford. They always talk about the whole this crap. Yeah, the whole Betty White was a my hand crap. You know, remember this thing was going to come out 2020, that didn't happen, the deal got fired, and yeah, the one that talked about that stupid idea. So that thing was supposed to sell, but it's easy continuity. But then that point got thrown out the window because no one wanted that. Not me, no one wanted that crap. So instead that thing got changed to a pro of the death metal. Kind of. Sort of. It was sent flat for crap, but we don't talk about that crap, and I'm not going to talk about that stuff. Betty long story short to it. As if Linearverse with the endgame of the initial 20 early generations, or it came about during the process of developing what it would become, so the audience go back to the original version. I don't really know that the doesn't reflect a better world generation was in the beginning. Like I said, there's still a fair amount of difference, but the idea of telling the story that affects DC Comics from the beginning on through the present is where we started. The journey roadmap was filled with changes, a direction, blocked road, numerous flight changes, and a couple of wayward cruises that got lost at sea. But the project still retained aspects of our early comic scenes. DC Comics is Generation 1 is, after all, one of the reasons that we took care of this from specific points in time throughout DC history. It's amazing that these characters have endured as long as they have, and it's remarkable to see how they adapted to time while still retaining many key with the core attributes. Whatever the intention of Linearverse now is to play on with new stories can be told within our universe, and General and color, and then the story particularly inviting DC to exploit more. Generally forward, we're a good 939 Batman time travel device to be used only at the last resort, last true crisis. That's the final at the beginning. Yep. And not that one. So, but anyway, we got a new concept for the Linearverse now, and apparently this thing, this guy DCU, is supposed to affect everything that's in our canon, everything that matters, and everything that's in our continuity now. Kind of. Sort of. We don't know what that thing is in the main world one, but honestly, this is how the best way to happen. You know? Yeah, I don't know. I know. But Fargo, I do want to know. I always do my favorite all the time. That's awesome, great. You made a ton of fun. And actually, it's great. However, this year is going to be quite the fuck right now, man. It's a complete mess, and the continuity can be made mind your bullshit. Let's fake factor in it. Convergence did not have a look at mess. I mean, points. It's going to be quite the mess. So, the pilot is new. When you make idea, in my opinion, it's idea in theory, but it doesn't make sense. Wait, let me get straight. So you're telling me that 9th Phase Batman from 1939 it's still the same Batman from 2020 from Joker War? Okay, but that we more questions. How the hell did that make sense? This sounds like it could be disaster waiting to happen. Like, oh my god, my brain's hurting. This sounds like it could be crushed waiting to happen. And also, I played the second one we got from New Dawn. The other said, I quote, but for most people, like when you're ready, you come to the right place. Usually, you might want to duck out. Now, the point we in Gen 4's, when you have to understand what the Linearverse is, because the comic is to be a 938, acting on issue 1. You can history with the comic for the continuity, as an history, we written, oh, well, yeah, we know what the comic is. Basically made it short in general. Basically everything now happened, everything now canon, and now everything matters. So, Figment kind of like DCU did, but when DCU got filmed, it really actually bombed. It's kind of like that, but now for this new separate coin DCU for the Omniverse. Confused? Yeah, I'm confused about it, because this makes no sense. How does the 9-man die with the money Batman and 9-man might kill people? That doesn't make sense. What? Like, I'm just confused. What does it mean? Because in all honesty, this reminds more and more DCU. Yeah, like DCU where after they said everything happened and the content didn't matter. Yeah, this reminds more DCU, but for this new Linearverse stuff. And I don't like that. I care about continuity. I want continuity that makes sense. Not like a big crap the fuck in that fucking seven. This is a disaster waiting to happen. And honestly, this reminds more with the end of convergence. Yeah, the end of convergence, this abomination. Yeah, you weren't missing much. Basically, to make that short, by the end of that stupid thing, everything I did now canon, everything happened, nothing matters. So, I don't know what? What does that mean? How does that work? Like, what? This is a disaster waiting to happen. You can't have 9-man Batman be the same as 2020. It can't the 9-man Superman be the same Superman from 938. Like, that doesn't work. You can't. Like, 1. Batman back in order to kill people. 2. Superman going to go on to kill people. Wonder Woman, I don't know if she could run 938 coordinate stuff, so I never read the books. Right, you know, point. Like, point is, this sounds disaster right now, because I just don't know how to feel about this at all. This sounds way too confusing, way too out there, and just sounds a complete mess. Now, don't get me started. I get what Jurgen trying to do. Jurgen, we're trying to tell out a weird bitty story with all these superheroes. She had to fight its main threat. Okay, fine. I can buy that. However, I can't buy that it's a bitty ending that hints at more confusing stuff that makes no fucking sense. Like, this is a disaster when it happened, because, newsflash, it's kind of imminent that it happened. That means, Wally never being in the Flash. If that never happened, that means after one which kids don't exist. That means after the TV never exist. See how many this is? This is a disaster waiting to happen. This sounds more and more like confusion, and it sounds a complete mess. That don't make sense. I know what they're trying to do. They don't want to tell this weird stuff about Jelly's. Fine. I'm all for that. That can work. In theory. It's just, I just want what about actually the execution of it, and honestly, you know what, DC, they gotta fuck it up, because, let's face it, DC had no idea how they're doing it these past couple of years. Heck. Let's face that. The new 52 had a horrible idea from 2020. The whole way, it ruined everything, it fucked with continuity, and it made no fucking sense that, you know, the writers, and the reasons are so made no idea what the hell was going on with this universe. This universe is a complete cut from the very beginning, and this new universe stuff doesn't help. It's a disaster when it happened, because how the fuck can 9-man Batman exist at the same time as the modern Batman? How can you be two at the same time without getting Flashpoint? Like, what? I'm just lost, because it doesn't give me a lot of information, it just gave me more confusion. Like, this is exactly what happened. Knowing writers, they gotta find methods of things and make it more confusing. I don't understand. I told John Jurgen wanted to make everything act no canon, everything act match. Fine, I'm all for that. Well, I'm not all for it. It's a continuity that didn't make any sense, because DC history contradicts itself every single time. Trying to read DC's backlog in the 1960s or the 80s, it's just a complete mess waiting to happen. And honestly, this new universe thing does not help at all. It's in more confusion and more nightmares that waiting to happen. Now, don't understand me. I'm sure after someone I can maybe handle this, maybe after they'll make this thing after work, I bet they can. Heck, Jurgen's a great writer. I love Jurgen. You want to feel it all the time, and I trust him 100%. Well, I don't trust him to other like Bendis, because, haha, let's face that. Bendis does not do that continuity. No! All these people don't continuity make no fucking sense. Heck. But you know, let's face that. Brian O'Brien, the writer who does not give it up continuity. No! He made a continuity and made everything except his own story. But his own story doesn't make sense for other books, other writers. And you see what I mean? Bendis did not give it a continuity. And knowing him, he just told me his Linearverse and make his own continuity doesn't make any sense. Was we a secret book? That book was a nightmare to read. It made a fucking sense. It didn't make sense with the Doomsday Clock. The reason never existed in Rebirth until Doomsday Clock. Yeah! See what your coincidence and North Bennett is going to try to take the Linearverse route and try to join his own crap story, and it's going to be a mess. Look, as I brought up before, I don't think Linearverse is not a bad idea. In theory, I think it can work. In theory, the problem is, I think without credit images, without zero hour credit in time, without imminent credit, final credit, the history, I think won't actually won't be affected in the credit without the crisis. Well, your history is going to be a mess. And without that stuff happening, I mean, Blue Beer don't happen. What happened, never this is a disaster waiting to happen. And finally, I have no hope what DC gonna do with the thing. And finally, I just don't know how to be with it. So this sounds like a disaster waiting to happen. No, don't let us sound into it. If what they're saying is true, the thing is separate reality, then we have nothing to worry about. Fine, I'm all for it. If it's separate reality, go for it. Problem. Try to make separate reality, to mean that not all the books are going to be in continuity anymore. Even though, how the fuck did Linearverse fight at the Infinite Frontier, we have no idea. And frankly, that's what I'm worried the most. What does it mean for Infinite Frontier? Because of that, Infinite Frontier was made, actually would be the new Star of DC Universe. Fine, I'm all for that. The problem is, after there's no Linearverse thing now being canned out, what does it mean actually for the rest of the DC Universe? We have no idea. And that's what we're worried about the most, because frankly, this Linearverse just sounds like a complete disaster when it happened, because DC's history is going to be quite the fuck a mess that makes any sense. So, how the hell did Linearverse affect Infinite Frontier Omniverse? Answer, we have no idea. And frankly, there's no continuity anymore. Nothing matters. Nothing connects. Everything is in flux. However, I am willing to give it actually this thing a shot. Even though Mike been everything, negative at this, but you can't blame me. I've been burned so much time with TG College to the point saying they're driving me insane. How bad the continuity is to the point saying. And at this point, there's no continuity anymore. So, fuck it. Let's take the reset button every single time and see what happens. Even though like Julia now we can progress and you're curiosity that the person domain that's not progress at all. But at any point, I find the thing concerned, which is hopefully best, Linerverse, and Predator. God, that the thing I tend to be good and horrible. But until we go more infinite about the thing to figure out what's going on, which is hopefully best, Linerverse, and Predator. God, when you decide you tend to be good and horrible. But until then, we see it. But anywho, I talk about. Hey, it's over here, we did Linearverse the moment sound like good in theory. Maybe that's the made the thing good. Somehow I told if we can only watch this thing turn disaster, but until we more information to figure out what just hope that find a way to play that in a whole bunch of witches. But anywho, I talk. One more thing. I finally made the thing into the channel. One thing I'm more confused about now is how did you put back after any other ongoing books turning into the frontier? Because if this Linearverse idea is supposed to affect the main DC universe, supposed to be a separate part of Omniverse, then how the hell put the fact after the rest of the DC universe? That's my question today. We don't know. And we're probably not going to find out until after the near future Infinite Frontier actually comes out. So, until we get more information about the thing to figure out what's going on, let's just hope the best, plan for the worst, and pray that other things are going to horrible. But until then, we happens. But, anywho, I tell you. This is probably, English good news. Episode is new to the crack going to me. No, I'm not. I'm just confused, lost, and just, even after going forward, I'm more confused and lost. So, frankly, I just don't know how I feel about it. I think this is a disaster waiting to happen. Because, let's face it, these guys have no idea what the fuck they're doing with the continuity. So, fuck it. What's it, but the reboot, okay, now reboot, let the thing make everything happen, even though that didn't make any sense, because DCU did. But I'm taking more information about the things to figure out what's going on. Just, hope guys, plan a word and pray to God thing do the whole. But until then, we see it. But, anywho, I tell you. Don't follow the Indian Colony or pre by ancient news. Do I get to it? Although, high viewers are winning by the idea, I need you to make a good idea, or even they will blow up against this page. Pre-con row, I'll watch the video on Twitter, pre-Scott channel, for trip story, book the bell, kind of some story, wait you can, I try wrong game. This is, see ya. Why did you stop me? This could be the target story. See ya. One with you. Bye.